Welcome to the Reconnection Club podcast, the show that helps parents heal troubled relationships with their adult sons and daughters. I'm your host, psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson. Each week, I'll offer you compassion, clarity, and personal development tips designed to help you reconnect, not only with your child, but with yourself. Now let's get started. If you're like many of the parents who contact me for help with estrangement from their adult children, you're probably in emotional pain. And most of us, when we're in pain, we really need one thing, if nothing else, and that is TLC, which of course stands for tender, loving care. During this estrangement, you might be feeling rejected, misunderstood, unloved, underappreciated, or a dozen other painful emotions. But whatever you're going through, I bet you'd really appreciate just a little bit of kindness from your adult child or children. It's just so calming to know that you're still loved and cared for, even when someone important is upset with you. Whatever emotional needs you may have in dark times, you have those needs because you're human. Just as a sunflower turns toward the sun, we humans tend to lean into love and kindness when we find them, because we need them, especially when we're hurting. And just as any plant will suffer from long periods of darkness, we too need the warmth and light of love, kindness, and understanding. But how do you get an estranged adult child to show you love and kindness and understanding when they're refusing to even talk to you? Here's where, fortunately, the sunflower analogy breaks down, because plants can't create their own sunshine. But you and I can create a life that is filled with love, kindness, understanding, forgiveness, and a deep compassion for ourselves and others. If you want your child to express certain qualities like patience or forgiveness, you might need to lead by example. The wonderful thing about all this good stuff, love, kindness, understanding, forgiveness, patience, and so on, is that you can create those things just by giving them. And not only that, but that good stuff actually multiplies when you give it away. By showing others the love you know you need, you create more love in your life. If you want to experience kindness, you can have that experience simply by being kind. Others will respond naturally to kindness, and that quality will blossom in your life. By giving it away, you'll get more of it. Have you ever attended the funeral of someone who was known for being loving and kind? What do you remember being different about that funeral from others you might have attended? The love we give grows and expands in the hearts of other people. It comes back to us bigger and stronger. Long before that loving person died, she or he lived a life filled with love and experienced the inevitable rewards of their own kindness every day. How can you produce more love in your life? How can you show kindness to your estranged adult child so that your love can grow inside him or her? You might ask yourself, how easy is it for me to forgive my child for hurting me? How much patience and understanding can I find for my child's apparent need for distance? Once again, to feel the warmth of forgiveness, patience, kindness, and love, all one needs to do is to give those things away. The old adage that love heals is true, but it's not just when you receive love that you benefit. To feel the healing warmth of love, all you need to do is to love someone. And that someone could be you. You deserve love every bit as much as anyone else. And even if your adult child is distant right now, you can love him also from afar. You can hold your child in your heart, and you can grow your love through loving yourself and the people available to you with loving actions. Some examples of loving actions toward yourself might be, number 1, refusing to speak harshly to yourself when you make a mistake. Number 2, getting qualified therapy or counseling if you have any kind of trauma in your past. And number 3, establishing healthier habits that make you feel good instead of bad, such as eating or drinking less, moving more, decluttering your space, or developing a practice of mindfulness. Those are some simple ways to show yourself love. A few examples of loving behavior toward others might be, number 1, listening actively and empathetically when they talk. Number 2, offering time, resources, or other assistance to those who need it. Number 3, expressing affection, physically or verbally, to the people who are good to you. And it might be as simple as a smile when you greet them, or a few words of heartfelt appreciation. Those are just a small number of ideas to get you started. For more inspiration and to actively begin to cultivate more love in your life, look up the term loving kindness on the internet and just start reading whatever looks interesting to you. Remember that you can always choose to meet your own needs by being the change you'd like to see in your relationships. Lead by example. You don't need to hoard love because the more you hoard it, the more it shrinks. Show your adult children and everyone around you your loving heart. I'll leave you with a very simple recitation that comes from a loving kindness meditation you might run into. It goes like this. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be at ease. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be peaceful. I'll put a link to an article that talks about the practice of loving kindness, including that recitation, in the show notes, which you can find at reconnectionclub.com/92. Until next time, remember that you are a loving, lovable, and still growing human being. So please take good care of yourself. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Reconnection Club podcast, I invite you to check out reconnectionclub.com. The Reconnection Club is for parents at any stage of estrangement from their adult, child, or children. So whether you've just realized there's trouble between you, you've been living with estrangement for years, or you're newly reconciled but still walking on eggshells, the Reconnection Club is your essential resource for information, support, and continued personal growth. With our courses and workshops, expert interviews, monthly Q&A calls, and a friendly, active community, the Reconnection Club is a wonderful place to be for anyone suffering the pain of estrangement from an adult, child, or children. So check it out at reconnectionclub.com.